What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to have a look at this 1911. It's literally one of my oldest pistols and it's completely bone stock. Literally done nothing to it, and I don't really want to do much to it because I just like it so much. Right, what we have got for it though is we've got a new booking, just a Maple Leaf Decepticon booking, and I've got this which I wanted to try out. It's a hop-up adjustment wheel from Maple Leaf, you can see that, yeah. Because I'm just interested in it because it looks like it could possibly have more of a finer tune to the adjustment to the hop than the stock one in here already. So they're the main ones, and then I've just got a different recoil spring. It's nothing too fancy, it's just 110%. And then I've got a bit of a stronger nozzle return spring. I've just got some left over from the high capper build I did. Starting off, let's disassemble the pistol. I'll take the mag out, just put that to the side over here, and we just split the top, and all we need is the top. Yeah, this is a pretty simple upgrade, so I'm not used to talking to the camera. I kind of just like tinkering around, messing around with things. So, but anyone who's familiar with the high capper platform, this is it's super simple. So that's annoying me. It's so similar. There's just a few differences, like the guide rod's not as long and that, but pretty much everything else is identical. So let's just take that out. We'll be replacing that spring. I have also got here just a stock hop up and in a barrel to just see the difference, what this hop up wheel does do, to see if it does actually make a difference or not. So like I said, this is literally completely stock. Like, as you can see, I've not even changed the booking in this already, and I've had this pistol for close to 7 years. I just love the 1911 platform, and I do like messing around with, so I want to take these off. This was an attempt to me stabilize the rattle, but for some reason this inner barrel just loves, this outer barrel and inner barrel just love to rattle together, but I'm not too fussed about that right now. So as you can see, it has been worn before, has been used, it's wearing down there, but you know what, for how, like, this is actually not as bad as I thought it was going to be. A Phillips head, that'll do. So, nice magnetic tray, because I am the worst for dropping things. The amount of times I drop screws or something. Let's just pry this apart now. Hopefully it comes off nice and easy. Quick way you can do it, but I don't really like doing that, is using the inner barrel as leverage. So once you take it off, it's going to come into pieces. You've got the outer shell, we're going to clean that up, and then we've got the hop up arm, obviously the inner barrel and the booking, and then the other side of the hop up unit. First off, we are just going to give everything a little bit of a clean. If you can hear my dog in the background, he's just decided that he would like to clean himself. I mean, like, we are cleaning this gun right now. You need to be careful though, because these have a very fine O-ring on them. I don't know if you can see that, but they have a very fine O-ring, which I don't know if it is important, or I presume it is, but I just prefer to leave it on there. So first off, we just take this hop up. This is a Maple Leaf Decepticon 60%. I don't like going any higher on pistols really. on rifles maybe. So here you have the rubber itself, and then you have a little clip which goes around it to keep tension to the BB. So you can actually just put that clip on first. That's what I tend to do, because it's a bit of a pain to get on otherwise. There we go, it's on. Yeah, it just gives it a bit more support. Take this booking off, and you know what? This is actually not too bad for how long it's been in there. Bearing in mind, you know, usually check the clearness of the barrel. Usually they pistols, you know, sidearms, they don't get used half as much. So when you're putting this back on, you'll notice it's like a triangle, and that is actually the bit which goes into the groove there. And there's also a slit at the bottom, don't know if you can see that, which goes into the slit on the end of the barrel. So it's nice and easy to put on. What you do, he says, you do want to make sure it's in there and it's not going anywhere, and also check that it is on properly. You know, you don't want it to be lopsided or anything. You want to make sure the rubber is flat, and make sure it applies hop nicely. Ooh, sorry, I'm sweating a lot today. Very warm today in England. So yeah, that seems to be on nicely. So now let's have a look at this wheel. This is actually what I'm most interested for. So it is metal, yeah, it is metal, there it is. That will be off. Yeah, it does look like there is gonna be more hop. Let's see if I can. It does look there's gonna be more hop adjustment, or if not more hop, a finer adjustment to the hop. So let's go ahead and put that on there. So that goes nicely on there, and then if you see on your new booking, if you see there, there's a slit which lines up nicely in here, like so. Yeah, that is in nicely. And then you get your hop up arm, make sure it's all straight and stuff. And then you want to get it. I like putting it in the highest point of hop first. Yeah, that's in nicely. And then you want to get your other bit, and then just put it on there. There, you'll hear a click. And now that is on, you're going to get your screws back. You're going to get your screws back, and I don't like screwing it in fully straight away. I just like getting that one in like that, and then put the second one in. You can use Loctite on these, but I don't use this pistol enough to be where that's going to be a problem. So now they're in, I just give them a bit of a tighten. Don't go over tighten them because you could end up. So now that's on, let's have a look. So this hop up is a bit more finicky. I don't think you get any more hop. I think what it is you get a more finer adjustment. yeah, you just get a bit more fine of adjustment. As I'm checking here, they've got them both on as much hop as possible, and they both look pretty much identical. So you just get a finer range, you know, a more precise range of adjustment. So that's that done. That's simple. That's the spare. So we can go ahead and put this back in. Go ahead and put this back in the outer barrier shell. So see, there is always a bit of wobble, which I'm not too fussed about on this build. This is just a 1911. I love the 1911. So next up, we may as well do the nozzle return spring, which is fairly simple as well. It just involves taking the pop-up housing off from the back here on this. There's no screws on the top like the high capper if you've got a armor plate on. Just get the right fitting Allen head and then unscrew. And then oh, there we go, got it off. Just a bit snug in there. I have to give that a clean. And then now your blowback housing should come out if it could be so kind. There we go. Give it a bit of a whack. And there we go. There we go. That was a bit of a pain to get out, but what we could do is take that old spring out, and then here you've got your nozzle. I'll give this a bit of a clean actually. Give this a bit of a clean. Sorry, I'm not used to doing things on the camera, so I'll keep going away from the camera. So there we go, we've taken the old spring out, so we'll get one of these. I think these are AIP. These are AIP springs. The springs love sticking together. So with these, there's a coil end and a non-coil end. The coil end goes to the front, but I'm just going to put a bit of oil, just a smudging of oil, silicone oil on here. That might be a bit too much, but that's good. And the excess we'll just put on the outside. And then get a drop on there. Yeah. That will then separate it, spread itself out. So then we get the nozzle return spring, and you put the coiled bit at the front, in there. And then now we can put it back in the housing. Careful not to turn it upside down because you will lose the spring. There we go. And then you put your trigger, your hammer plate on, and then you put and then you screw that back on. You don't want to do it too tight. You don't want to do it too tight. Yeah, that's good. Right, so now it's just to put the gun back together and change out that recoil spring. So we've got the new outer barrel that just slots in there. Yeah, and then I'll put this piece back on. Goes at the front, and then what we can do is take this piece, put it in there, and then take off the old recoil spring and get this next speed running. It's a nice shiny one. And you just put that back in, and there we go. Your upper is back to the way it is. And I'm just going to put a little tiny bit of oil, grease on the rails here. That's far too much. You don't need much at all. Try not to get it on the edge. I'll let that up. Need much at all. It's just kind of to protect it as much as it can. And there we go. And this, you just take your lower, slide it back in, put it up to there, and there we go. That does feel a lot better. Just get that cloth. Yeah, it's all right. It's because it's fucking boiling in this room. But yeah, there we go. Thank you for watching, and subscribe for more tech. Well, not tech, just messing around with airsoft guns. So I'm more into my gas blowbacks, especially gas blowback rifles. I have got a KWA LM4 PTS Raider Model 1, which I've done up, but I'm also getting another one broken, but the only part broken on it is where the upper connects to the lower. So what I'm going to do is I really like the lower receiver design with all the ADAC system, the ambidextrous system on it. So I'm going to use that lower and make more CQB indoor GBBR. So I will be posting about that build. So thank you very much for watching. Please like. Thank you. Bye bye.